Well, hi, BookTube. Bill Ruttenberg here from the Ruttenberg Library. Want to show you some more books that I got in the mail from this last summer. Now, in a previous video, I had talked about how my wife and I had taken a trip to Des Moines and did an overnight date night, and we got to go to a couple of bookstores, or I got to. She got to do some other shopping, but yeah, we'd stopped at Barnes & Noble and picked up some books, and so I wanted to show you those. I've also gotten a magazine in the mail, wanted to show you that. And then also I had a channel that I'm subscribed to that was giving away a book, and she sent me one in the mail, and yeah. So, without further ado, let's talk about what these books are. I'm going to start with the magazine because it's on top of the pile. But this is the Civil War Monitor, and this is the fall 2024 issue of the Civil War Monitor, and very happy to have that. I subscribe to this magazine, and so they send it to me, and of course you got Robert E. Lee on the front cover there. It's also got some stuff on the bloodiest day, and let's see here, a floating hospital, Grant and Sherman did it, Hood and Longstreet and Johnston too. I don't know, I'm kind of reading through some of the titles here on the front cover, and the 5 best books on Johnny Reb. And so yeah, Civil War magazine, I always love this one, Civil War Monitor. And of course it's got great photography and great stories all throughout. Very, very pleased to have that. That came in the mail. Let's do the book from Emily Elder from Kansas City. She's in our Discord channel for Historathon. And like I said, she had a extra book that she'd come across or ended up ordering 2 of them, I think. And so she had an extra copy of this presidential biography on Grover Cleveland, The Forgotten Conservative by John M. Pafford. So thank you, Emily, for sending this. Just a basic biography. It looks like it's in a series of biographies, the presidents. I don't think I'm familiar with this particular series, so I'll have to check it out. On the inside cover, it's got they've got one on Coolidge, Nixon, Reagan. They've also, it looks like they've got some on they've got a whole series on the generals, Cold War classics, Civil War. So yeah, I'm gonna have to check out this publisher. This is Regenary History. I'm not sure how to say it, but this is a 2013 book. So yeah, thank you, Emily, for sending this biography. I don't think I have any biographies on Grover Cleveland, so that'll be new territory for me. And she also sent a couple of knitting jobs in the package, so thank you for that. I know she knits a lot. I've seen that on her channel before. She sent me a green one and a blue one, so thank you for that. Emily, I really appreciate that, and sorry it took me so long to show it on the channel, but as I said, we've been busy. So then that takes me very quickly to 3 books that I got at Barnes & Noble when we were there. One of them I got in store. The other 2 I had to order because they didn't have them in store. So the first one is a Penguin Classics, the classic black and white spine. And this is Washington Irving, and it's got The Legend of Sleepy Hollow and Other Stories. Now, a couple years ago, I read The Legend of Sleepy Hollow, absolutely loved it, and I wanted a copy of it so that I could, read this every October. It's a classic Halloween story, and I really, really enjoyed it. And then this also has, like it says, other stories. So let's see here. Let me get to the table of contents here. So like it's got Rip Van Winkle, which I've read, and I really enjoyed that. That one made me laugh a lot. But it's got, and some of these I'm not familiar with, but The Voyage, Roscoe, The Wife, English Writers on America, Rural Life in England, The Broken Heart, The Art of Bookmaking. I don't know, it's got a whole bunch of stuff in here, and I am not familiar with most of it. So I'm going to probably enjoy this tremendously as I read through. It's going to be something that you can probably dip in and out of. So this is, like I said, from Penguin Classics, and it was printed in 2014, and it says this is the 24th printing in the United States. But yeah, it says originally published as the sketchbook of Jeffrey Crayon Gentleman. This collection of larger-than-life tales gave America its own haunted mythology while arguably creating the modern short story. These stories and essays, by turns chilling and charming, bring to life characters who continue to capture our imaginations today. The supercilious schoolmaster Ichabod Crane, the pumpkin topped headless horseman, and Rip Van Winkle, who slept through the Revolutionary War. This edition of Irving's greatest work demonstrates how inextricably his tales are woven into the fabric of American culture and celebrates his enduring contributions to the dream of a life of the life of a nation. And so, yeah, I was happy to pick that up. It didn't cost too much. I think $13 is what it says. So I didn't think that was too much for a couple stories that I really did enjoy that I don't have in the collection already. And kind of a nice copy. I like the cover art there. That's kind of neat. Got the headless horseman on there. All right, so happy to have that. And then those of you that have followed the channel for a while, you know I've got the Agatha Christie project going where I'm reading all of her works. I'm trying to buy and collect those. I got one shelf there, and then there's a whole other shelf up above, just off camera, of nothing but Christie books. And so I've been trying to read them chronologically. That's been my goal. I actually started this a couple of years ago when Peg at the history shelf, her and Martine started reading all of the Miss Marple mysteries, and they kind of got me hooked, and I started buying those. And then next thing you know, I'm buying Hercule Poirot's, and I'm just really enjoying these books, and then some of Christie's other works, and it kind of just became a project. And so the next one in line for me was Why Didn't They Ask Evans? And I really, really enjoyed this book. I actually have already read it. I just got it last weekend, and I read most of it the last couple days, and just a fun story where Bobby Jones is out golfing, and he hits his ball way over it ends up being like a cliff because it's right by the ocean, and it goes over this 40-foot drop, and he goes to look for his ball, and he ends up seeing a dead what he thinks is a dead body down there, and goes and checks it out, and the guy ends up dying while he's down there. And then the mystery is, who is this dead body? Why is he dead? And so it leads him and Frankie here to go searching for who the murderer was. And so it was a fun book. Really enjoyed it. Had a lot of characters in it. It got a little bit hard to follow, but I'm going to have to go check out the TV series that they've got going on based on it. That's going to be another project in itself. I'm going to go through, when I get done with reading all of Agatha Christie's books, I want to go read all the watch all the adaptations of her works. I'm really looking forward to that. But yeah, the only problem is there a complete list somewhere? Because every time I think I've watched or read all of something, I find a whole bunch more. That would be my only issue. So anyway, the other book that I ordered from Barnes & Noble when I was there was this biography, this massive tome, Napoleon, A Life by Andrew Roberts, and nice neat wraparound cover there. And this is a chunky monkey. It is a big book. Now, I had looked at it at Barnes & Noble like the last 3 times I was there, and I was like, no, you don't need it. And I walked away for whatever reason. And then I decided I really wanted to read it, and so I started listening to it on audio, And I made the decision last time I went to Barnes & Noble. It's been there the last 3 times I went there. There were 3 or 4 different copies on the shelf. It'll be there. I go and then it's not there. So I had to order it by mail. And yeah, it is a good book. I've never read a biography on Napoleon. And since I teach about him, I thought maybe I ought to learn a little bit more about him. It's from Penguin Books. And it is a 2014 publishing date of 2014. This one was in 2015 though. But anyway, it's, like I said, it is a monster size book, 926 pages. And I'm enjoying it, but I'm going at my slow pace. Because like I said, I had the audio going, so I was listening to it. Really what I was doing before I had the book is when I would go to therapy for my back, as I was driving back and forth, I was listening to the audio on the way there and the way back. That way I don't have, wasted time in the car. And I started it probably a month and a half ago. Keep that in mind. But I'm not even halfway through it. I'm on page 326, getting ready to start chapter 15. But now I've got the book, and if my audio runs out, and it has to be returned, then I can always just start reading and go at my own pace. But anyway, very happy to have this, because I've also got on the shelf, and it's downstairs, not up here, another Andrew Roberts book on George III, and I'm looking forward to picking that up. But yeah, anyway, that's my other one. So that was my book haul from Barnes & Noble and from Emily, who sent me a book in the mail. And again, Emily, thank you for that. I really appreciate that. So, BookTube, what do you think? Did I do okay? Were those pretty good ones to add to the collection? Let me know what you think down in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I hope everyone's having a great day. Until next time, happy reading.